guys, it's Adriel from StyleAssisted and welcome back to my channel. You guys have requested an everyday makeup using only drugstore products tutorial, and today I filmed it, so I hope you guys like it. If you want to see how I achieved this look with only drugstore products, stick around. Alright, so I'm going to try to do this entire tutorial with just drugstore products because I know you guys have requested that. So first up is this L'Oreal True Match Gentle Mineral Makeup. I use the shade Soft Ivory, which is in 1-2, number 456. Here's the deal with this stuff. I can only use it if I've used Self Tanner, but it is my favorite foundation in the entire world because it's drugstore and it literally makes my skin look flawless and super glowy. But it used to be a lighter shade, they reformulated, and it's darker now, and it makes me mad, but I still will put on a little bit of Self Tanner so I can use it the next day because I can't not. Every time I wear it, people constantly compliment me on my skin tone. So, has its own little brush. What I actually like to do, let me put that over there, is drop some of it into the lid and then use a separate brush because, you know, I'm difficult. Alright, this I got off Amazon. It is the Shanae. Anyway, it was a brush set and the entire set was like $30. But long story short, they shed like constantly. I would stick with Real Techniques if you want a synthetic brush. Now, I just dab this all over my face because you're going to be mixing it and blending. So the idea is to put on more than you think you will because then you can brush it off. I usually just blend and then add more and then blend and then add more and then blend to make sure that I get the flawless look. Now, you do look a little bit, I don't know, powdery when you get done. You can fix that by spraying a face spray if you want to, but honestly, I will usually just wait 30 minutes and then my skin is oily enough that it does it for me without actually having to grab a face spray. So I love it, and every single time I have this on when I'm in my IG stories, someone will say, "What makeup are you wearing? What foundation? Your skin looks amazing." It's this. And honestly, it's the one that blots the best throughout the day. It's the easiest to reapply because it's one foundation. The doubles is concealer and foundation, which I love. Now, I always have red spots on my chin, on the other side of my nose, and then my dark circles are real. So I always make sure to put a lot of extra product in those areas. You don't necessarily have to. I mean, you can build to a full coverage, but if that's not your thing, then don't mess with it. And then obviously I blend down because I'm pale, and that is a pale girl issue. I'm not going to do completely full coverage because I don't need it today. But like I said, you can just keep blending if you want to. Now, my dark circles are always going to be a struggle, so I will go ahead and add some more and then go over it with an extra brush. You do not have to do it. You can skip this step, but I look like a crazy raccoon if I don't. So, the reason you guys haven't seen a video from me in forever and a day is because, in case you can't tell, I'm in a different house. We sold our house actually rather quickly, little blemish there, and moved to this rental because we're building a house, but our house isn't done yet. It won't be done until the end of January, but watch it end up being the end of February. So, I basically have been moving, taking care of the toddler, started volunteering at a nonprofit. The blog has completely had way more traffic and in general upkeep, I guess, than normal, and so I'm sorry. I will do better. I promise next room I'm actually going to have a full beauty room with a tutorial space already set up, so I will do more of these. Okay, bronzer because I look ghosty right now. In person, I don't look quite this white, but this light ring is dimmed as much as it can be, and it's still really bright. Anyway, so this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm sure you guys have heard of it before. It smells like coconut. It is a light bronzy shade. I have recently started getting back into this because you know I love my Tarte Park Avenue Princess, but I had a lot of you ask for a drugstore version, so I started getting into this one again. Now, I like to do my forehead a little bit darker because I need some dimension, so I will always blend on my neck so that you sort of have a sculpted out jawline, because when you're super pale, your jaw sort of just disappears into the rest of your neck, and that does not look awesome. Although my nephew told me yesterday that the difference between me and my sister, who look crazy similar, is that I have a longer neck. I'll take it. I don't know if that's an 8-year-old compliment or like a negative, but I will take the longer neck. Okay, so you can contour on the side of your nose if you want to. I do sometimes. I will for this, just so you guys can see. Yes, you do not actually have to do this. Not a big deal if you do or don't. Also, next step you can also skip is highlighter. This is the Mary Luminizer from the Balm. You can still get it, but you have to kind of track it down online. This is an extra step if you want to look a little glowy, but what you want to do is actually highlight not up here, right there, right above, because that's actually the highest point of your cheekbone, and it will make you look a little bit more chiseled out. Now, because this is so light, I actually like to put it all over my eye, because I always like to put a little bit around my eyebrow to help accentuate that. But let's be real, it's all the same color because I'm pale, so I just put it everywhere, because glowiness never really hurts on pale skin. Because for us, it never really looks weird and ashy because we're so white that, you know, it is what it is. Now, you guys have asked, I always use this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Caramel, whichever you prefer. And also I use the Hourglass Brow Arch in Auburn. However, both of those are expensive. So this is the Revlon Color Stay Brow Pencil in the color Auburn. So redheads, there is an eyebrow pencil that is readily accessible. Yes, I know there are several drugstore brands that have redheaded pencils, but they haven't been mainstream. Revlon is mainstream. You can get it almost everywhere. So that's great. Now, as you can see, this is an angled tip. So what you want to do very, very, very lightly is use the spoolie end to brush out your brows, just in case you have some dead skin. I don't know if you guys have ever done that before, but sometimes you get dead skin underneath your brows, so it's important to kind of shape them ahead of time. And then I do very light strokes. And I have some spots in my brows that just naturally are not as filled out. So I will always hit those first and then sort of work my way up. I don't ever go all the way to the top unless there's an actual hole, because they will look more natural if you just sort of add a little bit of color and then brush up. When you see people that have like the block eyebrows, it's because they literally outlined the entire thing. I just want to outline the parts that need a little bit of color and then brush it through. They're not crazy intense, but they look better than they did before. And like I said, drugstore. Fantastic. All right. Up next, I'm going to set my brows. This is the Great Lash Clear Mascara. I love this stuff. I have several different tubes of this because not only does it set your brows, I obviously can't use it on my regular eyelashes because, as you can tell, they're red, so I'm not going to put clear gel on my red eyelashes. But this stuff works for frizzies and flyaways, so keep it. If you especially live somewhere humid and your hair does not like to obey when you're out in public, this stuff is the jam instead of using regular hairspray all the time. I will literally keep it. I mean, you can see these right here. Hold on a second. I will demonstrate. They're amazing. It stays put. And then it's not like a whole can of hairspray. You're literally just applying where you need it specifically in your head. I mean, it is life-changingly amazing. So if you guys have not used clear mascara to tame your flyaways, do it. Great. Okay, so one of my beauty secrets for making my dark eyes look whiter is I actually use a light brown pencil instead of a dark brown. I will do a video on all of the light brown pencils I've used and which ones work the best for me. But this is the color, this is Rimmel London Smoke and Shine in the color Copper Bling. And this I just push into my lash line to make sure I have even coverage all the way across. And sometimes people do like a light cat eye. For this, I'm going to do the entire lash line and thicken it out a little bit because it really does open my eyes and make them look bigger. So if you guys follow my Instagram stories, if you do not, it is at StyleAssisted on Instagram. I have been going through the entire house building process and showing you guys kind of like what decisions we've been making. This week it has been security system and laundry, which sounds super boring. It's actually kind of fun, but designing an entire house just takes a lot more time than you'd think it would. I didn't design, quote unquote, the plans. We picked a builder with an existing plan that we already liked, and then are just changing a couple of things around. But it's really, really fun. And one of my best friends is going through the exact same process as well, so it's fun to kind of compare our ridiculousness. Okay, so as you can tell, I went all the way over, all the way out. Now what I do is I extend it out just a little bit. Without an actual cat eye, I just extend it out on both sides, because once you add mascara, it will make your eye look bigger. If you want to smudge it, you are more than welcome to. I don't, because I don't feel like it looks as good on me. But this is the L'Oreal Original Voluminous Mascara in black brown. I do not use black unless I have a full glam look, because on redheads, black looks pretty severe on our eyes unless you have light blue or light green eyes. So I am always all about, this is my favorite mascara period ever. If I'm doing any sort of makeup, I use this. If I need it to be waterproof, I will use the waterproof version, because I've tried all the really expensive brands, but you are technically supposed to swap out your mascara every 3 months. Sorry about that, my camera just stopped. But anyway, you're supposed to exchange out your tube every 3 months. Most people don't. And if you buy $20, $30, $40 mascara, that gets really expensive every 3 months. So I just use this, and I have been completely thrilled with it for the past 20 years. That seems really, but yeah, 20 years, y'all, I'm old. Just in case you didn't know. Okay, I apply like 3 or 4 coats to get my lashes as thick as I want them, so let me do that quickly. Okay, so eyelashes are done. See how my eyes just look wider? It's that light colored eyeliner and mascara. If I use dark, it makes my eyes look smaller and like beady because they're already a dark brown anyway. So last is blush. The blush that I use is actually the e.l.f. palette. I will show you what it looks like because my other one is old, and you guys know I'm an e.l.f. brand ambassador. They send me stuff for free, but I've repurchased this thing like 3 times, I think, and I've given it as a gift because I really think that it's pretty versatile for what you get. I think it's $10 or $12, and you get 3 beautiful shades. So I'm going to do this shade right here, which is sort of a pinky coral. It is actually a pink with coral and gold undertones. So you always tap it off, otherwise you're going to look like a crazy person. And then for me, since I already did contouring, I just add it to the apples of my cheeks just to give them a little pop. I don't do the whole the way other people do, because that's just, it doesn't look good on me. And I'll look at myself throughout the day and I'm like, what was I thinking? Such a bad idea. So, because I already have the glow from the highlight, you don't have to do the highlight, you can always do it at the end, but I kind of like seeing it through my blush so I kind of know where to apply the blush. Now you can always do more. Obviously it's not going to show up as well because I'm under a bright, ridiculous light, but in natural light it looks good. Last up, I said that was last up, I lied. This is just a colored balm, and I love it because it's simple, feels great on my lips, and isn't super complicated, and I can apply it in the car. That's sort of a requirement for these days. Okay, so this is the L'Oreal Color Riche Balm in the shade Caring Coral. Rose Elixir is also my second favorite after this. But there you have it. This is my everyday look. This is what I throw on daily if I'm actually going to put makeup on. And if there's not a special occasion, this is what I go for. It's really simple. Like I said, you'll look glowing all day long and everyone will ask why your skin looks airbrushed, because this foundation is legit. But hopefully that's helped you guys. I really love all of these products, and like I said, I use them all the time, so I hope that these affordable options have helped you find something that works for you. I know that this isn't light enough for us to use, well, the redheads, to use daily without tanning first. And I know that's a huge pain, but the payoff when I use it is so good that it's just worth the tanning to me. So whatever you guys think, please leave me a comment below, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And then please leave me comments letting me know what videos you'd like to see in the future. Do you guys want to see any house stuff? Do you want a temporary beauty room tour? I told you I will do the video on the different types of eyeliner that you can use to achieve this look, so you can find a formula that works for you. Alright, I love you guys. I missed you. I'm so glad to be back, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Alright guys, so I just took my tray out and they're already whiter. So I did 25 minutes on mine because I wanted you to see a little bit more of an instantaneous difference, because if I know I need them super white, then I'll do 3 days in a row, 20 minutes at a time.